it going?
Trying to learn this technician stuff.
What's up?
So I'm trying to learn this technician stuff.
I haven't seen you with a wrench. You sure you know how to use one of those things?
An wrench even. I didn't even grab the monkey wrench.
You weren't even sure to do the fittings. I used to weld them all on.
I actually grabbed an A wrench.
I know we were asking him to do technician stuff. We'd find like the intake welded on, the heads welded to the block, you know. So so what's the plan here?
Turbos.
Turbos?
2 big turbos.
Easy.
Yeah, exactly. Easy, dude.
Where are you putting them? Right in that area.
That was the first time I've ever in my entire life touched an actual procharger that was on a car.
It sucks taking apart cars that work, and that work well, you know? Like this car has for a long time. But you know what, also, turbos. So what are you thinking? Just some initial, obviously things are gonna change as we go through this whole process, but.
I think by looking at it, it's definitely gonna be tight. But as we're starting to get a bunch of this procharger stuff out of here, it's
getting better.
Me more and more confidence.
Think we'll have to do the same amount of cutting as we did on Joe's car?
I don't know. I know we're gonna try and do a cradle situation to give some room. And then just move stuff around to make it as serviceable as possible while still being aesthetically pleasing. And
Gotcha. And you want to move the radiator forward a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think new radiator completely correct.
What?
New radiator completely correct.
More than likely, yeah.
Just fab one up, like get a core, then
Yeah, I don't know. Probably like a CSF or something nice.
It's the best way to do it.
These are obviously going to be in the way at some point.
Yeah, I'll probably have to go to pins, huh?
Gotta keep them.
Yeah, really?
That was like already part of the talks.
Oh wow.
As of mandatory, what can't we get rid of?
I think it's doable, probably.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll figure it out. We always do.
The fab guy will figure it out.
Exactly. Exactly. We'll get it.
How do you envision it turning out at this point?
It's gonna be super sweet. I'm wanting to put the cooling stuff in first, because obviously that's where I have the most questions. Then from there, the hot side and whatnot is just whatever we have room for. Mirror image turbos, so that should be sweet.
Okay.
Make everything nice and pretty.
You're doing precisions, right?
76, 75.
And so the Motec's gonna power the whole car, or is it just the port injection?
Is this gonna have factory ECU at all?
This thing?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think the Motec.
Motec,
I think the Motec's a full replacement. I think. I'd have to look. I haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure it just talks CAN bus to all the other devices that needs it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, like the amount of information it can put out is like.
Yeah, like it'll drive the dash. You know, kind of like on the Viper stuff.
Yeah.
You know, the full replacement Motec.
His buttons on his steering wheel can be like cruise control and everything.
Yeah. So it's got to be a full replacement.
You can do it like.
Flash maps and stuff.
You can make it like you tap the passenger window down 3 times fast, and that'll be a boost setting. Like you can tell it any.
Damn, it goes to the body control module too?
Well, it talks to everything.
Wow.
So I mean, when things are announced on the serial data bus, and it also broadcasts on the serial data bus to drive things like the dash, the cluster.
And you can like pick up signals within an intermittent amount of time, right? Like if you have 3 signals within a second and a half from this input, it does this.
It's just a trigger.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know the CAN bus addresses and the various signaling and everything else, you can set it up to do whatever you want. So the problem is you just have to know how to sniff the CAN bus to pick up exactly what you want. What module is broadcasting it? What's the address? All that stuff.
But it has like a baseline of like, this is for like a C7, or are we doing it from scratch?
So.
Okay, yeah. Imagine that would be a long project.
Yeah, I've got no interest. I mean, if I was building and selling them, all right, then I'd have interest in it. I'm not building or selling.
No way.
I have no interest in it.
No way. No way. How many hours do you think would be into something like that on a car like this?
I bet you could do it in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of readily available tools out there to read CAN bus.
Gotcha.
Read the messaging and
not to mention
like
the
that.
big companies. I feel like normally have some kind of bowl in
Oh, that happens a lot.
like in a GM and stuff.
Yeah. Or they get the book that has all of the addresses. You know, the thing that doesn't exist but does
they got a
exist.
Hobie at Dodge.
Yeah. No, there's a couple of tools out there where you can read all the CAN bus messaging and start building a little database of what the various things are.
I know when Matt was doing the Supra, there was like a core group of like 10 guys that were on like the very front of that, and and like a couple straight up spoke German because like all the stuff coming back and forth was in German.
Yeah.
And they were
Wow.
all in just like a group chat all the time.
Oh, the new
Fucking-
Supra.
Yeah, like
Okay.
4 a.m. something like just found this. Like everyone would go try
Oh,
something.
yeah.
It was
Wow.
like a whole community of dudes basically against BMW trying to like crack it.
Oh yeah. Find everything.
Woo!
Woo!
This.
Look at all that room. Did Joe tell you we're putting the radiator in the back?
No.
There's tops.
Well, that's one way to do
There's
it.
talks.
There's tops.
So that way you still have like triangulated, but it'll all be high. And then hopefully the turbos will sit underneath it.
And probably drop a little weight too.
Oh, it'll, yeah. Because that's a thick piece. I mean, that's your safety. That's your...
I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
This tube in this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Gain a lot more clearance. Plus drop some weight.
Plus, then we can do all like our tabbing off that and like fittings and anything.
Yeah.
Where are you going to cut it at?
It should have a bolt right here, doesn't it?
I think it does.
Yeah. I was gonna say it looked like it came out with just 4 bolts.
I mean, we could do like the T1 where you have the duct right through the front grill.
Well, that's why I wanted to keep this hole and just get a 3D printed duct that goes around and then couple it right to the comp cover. So sick. You can send it out and get it carbon wrapped, like down the road. Just send the 3D mold, the 3D printed mold, out for carbon. They'll use that as a mold, then we can have a carbon duct.
Frank, how cool you want this to be? Frank, leave your checkbook here. Yeah.
We're talking no charge pipe on the car. There will not be a charge pipe in these cars.
How?
We're not gonna, because it's gonna alpha lock to both comp covers and then right at the throttle body.
But if the turbos are down there, there's going to be some piping.
Why? Put it on the end of the end tank.
I mean,
No.
can you CNC a float form? Oh yeah, he says.
Maybe right here.
I'm going to tell Frank he needs to come down here.
As he's walking in, you need the saws all out, and you need to start like.
Have all the cutting devices over by the car.
Yep. Just like start at the headlight and work your way down, you know?
This is really high.
I know.
Like even if you clock it 90 degrees, like roll it forward, obviously you can't. Like there's nothing. That is hard because this is such like a track-inspired car from the factory that they overkilled all the stuff that we can underkill now. Like all the oil cooling that Chevy like strived for, we don't need now.
Do they make manual racks for these?
The reason they won't have manual rack is that is like one of the third computer in the CAN bus.
Oh,
Take that out, the ECM goes down too.
Oh.
that sucks.
Yep.
So yeah, you got a computer in here getting feedback when the tires get knocked side to side and whatnot. Because that's got all that active steering. Because this is steer by wire. No.
No.
Weird.
It just can do feedback. I pre-cocked Frank. I was like, hey, when can you come here? He's like, I can be there tomorrow morning. I go, we got some wild ideas to run by you. So, it's ready.
Oh, you already cut.
Yeah, we did.
Damn. And what did Frank say? Go to town?
Yeah, we told Frank, we were like, hey, this front crash bar is removable. And he's like, oh, cool. And then we found out it's welded to the frame, so I just cut it.
Rip. Hell yeah. Oh, it's looking good.
Yeah, thanks, man. We're getting there for sure. Clean out all the paint. We just need a way to get from aluminum to steel.
Right.
Aluminum frame, steel crash support.
Right. Do you need like the special fill rod for that or something?
No, we have to do it through the bolt. You can't weld it, so that's why I'm making these pads. And then I have, so those are inset pads, and I put the hard bevel on them. So I'm gonna fill the weld, knock it down flat, and then this is actually a 2-inch pad, so that's gonna sit over it.
Okay.
And it's gonna bolt flush.
Just be a through hole.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like that.
You're gonna be pretty impressed. Check this out. If I can get it out, but that's part of the idea.
Then I'm not impressed.
What did Frank give the go ahead on then?
We're gonna put the turbos here. Like Joe's, basically Joe's. Basically build Joe's car.
What is this?
These gold bars?
Gold bars. Yeah.
How'd you thread them?
I did tap.
You get a little bevel.
Put a little countersink on there.
All right. Now what?
Now I gotta clean all these tubes up, get all the paint off. Those things smack flush. I put this hard bevel on here so that way we can fill the weld, knock it down flat, and then we're gonna cap it. This is the actual size of the frame rail, so it's gonna look like nothing is even there. It'll be blind and hidden. No weld seam for the aluminum will show.
How's it going?
Got a picture of a jack underneath the car. It says, hey, only here.
Yeah? Day one, racking the car.
Hey, when you do this, and there's a little picture of a jack, I'm like, I think it's right here.
Where's the battery on these, in the front?
I don't even know.
Do they have batteries?
Probably not.
I can see the tire through here. Look at that. Look at that. See that? Tire. It seems higher than I thought it would be. Is there like a mode you can put it in real high?
I didn't touch anything, but as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, that thing is not slammed, so that's nice.
That's cool stuff.
Alright, you guys ready to hear the carbon crunches?
Oh no.
Don't look! I'm looking at you, dog. Don't look! Seems pretty stable. I'm so scared. I don't like it. Hello, insurance? So much arrow or what? A little bit.
It's just huge fonts. How much do you think this piece is? The crazy part about this stuff to me is that people like lower these. Like, you think you know more about suspension geometry
Then McLaren? Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, come on.
Seriously. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
A lot of shit going on in there.
Yeah.
This is probably a Gen 5 Viper right here. This piece. Yeah. Perfect. I'll see if it fits when it's off. It'll probably cost as much as the Gen 5 Viper. Yeah.
It's a lithium ion. It's not anti-gravity, but it's lithium ion.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's fun. Mclaren?
Why is there a hole there? Oh no, that's the chassis. Oh, is that the ECM?
Yeah.
Shut up! Shut up! Oh yeah.
Frank.
Got him. Got him.
Jimmy, why are these cars so good?
They're very good. They have a lithium iron battery in them.
Yeah, he told me. I'm running them. I like that that's cut out. I think you told me that. Wait, what?
It's raised.
Yeah,
they
it's
mill it
actually
into the
milled out of
caliper. It's not stenciled.
It's a little detail, Brian.
This is all carbon. Like carbon board.
Yeah, Flarbin Kyber.
Dude, is the frame carbon?
Yeah, they're carbon monocoque. Yeah, they're carbon monocoque.
And the 765 LTs pull out like another couple
Million.
100 pounds.
Carbon monocoque. That's singular for one carbon fiber. Every bolt on this is paint marked twice. Wow. Yeah.
I bet they go through markers twice as fast. You know?
Yep.
Marker budget must be insane.
So I figure we'll tape it and then insulate it. So it'll have like the reflective tape and then insulation, like that high heat EI stuff.
Man, it looks mean as
It looks very race car.
Mm-hmm.
Not very street car.
But it is a street car.
But it is, that's, yeah. That's
Oh, shit, you're making header tubes now, huh?
yeah, I have been. That's how I kind of got pulled apart to jump around, but now I'm back on track. So this is gonna suck in.
The nice thing is the new valve covers are just going to give you more clearance.
How much?
You're not going to know.
You have to guess.
So I can touch these.
It's looking good.
At the end of the week, it'll look like a race car. That's the plan.
Hell yeah. That's super dope. And then it's over to this man.
Yeah, that's all Tom's
Yep.
problem.
I'm gonna record everything Tom says about you while you do this.
That's why I've asked Tom 10,000 questions ahead of time, so hopefully when he goes to run lines, it's not a fucking asshole.
Is this how it's gonna be, or like?
No, that's when the front end doesn't spring in.
Do you have any? You're going out with this, right? Like you're doing one of these?
Yeah, we haven't even. It depends.
Just get when it gets there, kind of thing.
Fan. Depends how thick the fans are in the shroud.
How far out are the fans?
The 11th or the 9th.
Of this month?
I hope so.
Gotcha.
I did not verify,
Gotcha.
but I think so.
The 9th or the 11th? You mean the month,
yeah,
or?
Now that you mention it, I hope this month.
Yeah, it's looking dope, man. I'm surprised how much, well, I know there's like nothing in it, but I'm surprised how much room there is, you know?
Yeah. No kidding.
I really like this bend here.
Thanks. I did that first as
Just a template kind of thing, just to get something going.
And I figured everything else is going to be so straight that I wanted some curve. Because like this is going to come back for the exhaust.
That's cool. How much clearance would you say you have around the brake master and stuff?
Not a lot.
Fair enough.
Not a lot anyway. I'm going to probably end up trying to suck the whole thing in a little closer. We're just splitting the difference between what clearance we gain at the master, we lose at the valve cover.
Okay.
And then vice versa.
Right. What's after the hot side?
After that, I will probably start working on the air cooler because that's going to be the next biggest actual like chunk. And then if the fans should be here tomorrow,
Nice.
hopefully that'll get me cracking out with that whole project.
What was I gonna say?
Because that 2-foot is going to be a good little bit of work, I'm assuming.
For the intercooler?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do, so that main bar that's going to go side to side is going to be a chromoly tube.
Okay.
That'll tie everything in and be like a structural piece.
Okay.
And then off of that, we're going to jump to aluminum to actually save weight. So I'm going to bend up like all of the actual bumper tabs and whatnot out of aluminum bar. So, keep the front end on this thing nice and light with all the other crap we're putting in there now.
Right.
Wood boards are tacked together, so that's what those sit. Drawing up end tanks right now. And I had the 4-inch coming back through here, not touching anything, a little bit finger on each side too. So 3.5 will be only. That's good news, I guess.
Just so you know, we are 100% putting an ID tag
right on. I did my very best looking on that white car over there about the hood. Do we want to put a hood on this? Does anyone have any concerns about right here? I was gonna say,
Yeah, this hood, might as well.
yeah, I'm like so shy of the intake and like everything else on there that I have a hard time believing it'd be a problem.
Let's go grab it. I'll do that right now.
Before I get too far.
You're good. You got it then, right? Bringing this up level. I mean, it's not gonna have a hood liner or anything, but yeah. We're gonna wrap this exhaust too.
Oh, we are?
I don't want to risk it.
I'm not as worried about it. Do that, pull the hood liner, and layer it with that gold film.
The black PTP wrap, that's that one just below the white. That coated black wrap would do very good.
It almost sucks we're not going to be able to see through the vent now, because you can see the turbo is just like peeking out right there. They look really sweet.
They look super
From
cool.
right here, it's such a sneaky, like, all you see is big ass pipe and two turbos through the factory hood. This is gonna, I'm less concerned about the hood vent than I have been for the entire project at this point. Because I think we'll be able to just go center, and then I was thinking the gate right like this. So on gate, and then exhaust.
Build the downpipe flat.
I was gonna say, I don't have too many ideas on the plugs because I don't know like what guys do.
I think get all the have to, the headers, all that, and then let's get all the cold side stuff done. And then once we're ready, let's get the coils mounted and see what we have to do.
Because it'd be cool even if we could make like, it'd be so cheap to just do like a set of kill out the vent, and then like if we wanted to do even like a mufflered out the back full street car exhaust, could.
It's hard to do over the axle on the glide stuff. No, it's where it has to come up and over. It has
Yeah,
to
it's
drop
supposed to get so
super
tight.
low.
Yeah. Since the intercooler is a little too heavy for me to like hold,
Right, right.
I am trying to do everything kind of off measurement this time.
Gotcha.
Just because this thing is now starting to get so heavy that
Gotta add even more weight when there's a ton of water in it and stuff.
yeah, and it's to the point now where I'm like holding it up shaking enough to where I can't like hold it with one hand and grab a measurement. So
So this will be all modular then, huh?
it should be able to pull apart.
That's cool.
Hopefully without being like slotted either.
Right.
I hope all my measurements are right and it just drops together.
That's hot.
Make sure it's still squared. Another one, just making sure I'm all squared. To a 16th though.
Nice.
It's better than I could ask for. Sometimes why doing stuff by math just works out.
And the radiator's gonna go in front of all this, basically?
Yeah, it's gonna go right here.
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot it's a smaller radiator. No. I mean, it's pretty big.
Huge. It came out huge.
I think it just looked like when you had the tank, I'm like, oh, you're doing a smaller radiator.
That's
then
what we all thought.
Yeah.
And then all the parts started like adding up.
Yep.
Even everyone came out like, holy shit, that's a unit. I was like, yeah, it is.
You're just gonna brace it from the bottom or from the top as well?
I'm gonna do one across the top, and then I might come up from the bottom.
Gotcha. Just do a couple little triangle boys.
Yep, see how she...
Easy. Easy mode. Do you know how you're gonna run the water lines yet?
That's Tom's route.
Gotcha.
I think we're just gonna go DAC 16 ORB out each side.
Gotcha. And it'll clear the charge pipe pretty well, right?
Yeah, it's either gonna clear the charge pipe or the drain.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. 0.2. I'll argue with the internet over 0.2 meters. That's a cool count. You like it? I hope Joe likes it. He came by, he's like, that's a interesting way to do that, and that's all he said.
Who said that?
Joe. He left it like super open-ended.
That's like when you're like super proud of something, they're like, that's different.
That made me feel like it made me feel worse about it than not saying anything. He's like, that's an interesting way to do that. I was like, that is not the word I was hoping for. Like, yeah, I like that. Actually, it's the first time I thought that. But that is fucking hard loaded. I don't drop it straight down with that mount style. I don't know if you've seen how it's on there. It shouldn't be any problem.
Honestly, that's probably even better as opposed to when it's like this, and then you get one coupler and easy, and then the other one's, or you have to slide it on and then
So this way you'll literally just lift it up.
Yeah, I like that more.
I'll check with Joe. Check with Joe. Hard weld the pipes to the end pins. So that for install and
You just lift it up and there's a coupler? I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that.
Less couplers.
Ryan's fine with that. Less leaks, less maintenance, less headache.
And
How high up can we bring the pipe? Like,
Bring what?
how high up can we bring the pipe? Like,
I'm gonna bring it all the way up to the core essentially, but I don't want it too high to where it might like explode. That makes sense. I don't know if it will. I'm not a
ooh, man, I know some couplers that are gonna fit real nice on those too.
cordless one.
Yay!
No, next this thing's M1, no radiator, no water.
No, I don't think I want to do an M1 car.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, this is what it is. Mark my words, 2024, when Frank calls and says, I bought a smart car and I'm going to M1, I'm going to stand right here and say, I told all you f***s Frank was going to do that.
I'll keep it archived.
Yeah, put that on camera,
Yeah.
archive.
Now what?
Everything over there is screaming hot.
Hell yeah.
So I was thinking about the tow hook, how to make Frank's life a little easier.
Yeah.
He heard him say in passing at LS Fest, he wishes the tow hook was dead center.
Oh, okay.
And earlier today I was telling him like, yeah, we can do it through the brake vent. He brought it up and I'm like, oh, let's figure out a way to do it. Because he doesn't know we heard it, remembered it, cared.
Right.
Yeah, and it'll be a nice little...
Yeah. I know he's a big fan of symmetry and stuff, you know?
Well, that and he's just the type that he just likes to know you care.
Yeah.
And you listen.
Yeah.
And that's really all it is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit.
They are on.
Looks good. How'd it go?
Not terrible.
No.
I did have like 6 new bleeding cuts.
Really? Is everything just sharp as hell into
Yeah,
there?
it's all sharp. It's all heat shielded, and like every time I do anything, I bump into something else, and I didn't notice it immediately because it's just such a sharp cut.
Oh yeah, you should
Until
feel
like a
it.
couple hours later, it starts stinging.
Oh.
Like, I got home. My son was just like, "Oh, Dad, you got ouchies," and he's like pointing at everything on my arm.
Air waters, huh? Bloop, 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 bloop. That's pretty. Those are big cores.
Yeah.
For.
Oh yeah, especially for a turbo with the exhaust wheels that big. baseline is like 7 something, so.
God damn. Oh yeah, that's right. It did do like 700 tire or something like that.
C7Z. Yeah, that's no C7Z.
The P1X, you know. Pump gas.
Ain't no Yodi, bruh.
Yeah, I got fired again. Do the AC.
Boy, how this was kind of a thing to take apart, huh?
Yeah, it's just a lot of fasteners and a lot of layers, and all have to be layered back the same way. Otherwise, you can just yourself.
How would you rate the fasteners?
In what way?
Like, how easy are they to work with? Are they nice? Are they dumb Christmas tree clips? Are they like?
There's a couple dumb ones.
Okay.
Like standard, just like push in like GM uses too, which like might break, might not.
Yeah.
But I feel worse on a McLaren.
Yeah. Yeah.
But ultimately, it's just like you do the best you can with pulling, prying, and hope it doesn't break plastic clip. It's just so many little bolts, so many. Jason! But I labeled every bag and then laid them on the shelf in chronological order.
So when you went back through the process, it's one at a time.
All the heat shielding I laid in chronological order, so I couldn't grab the bottom one.
Right.
I worked my way down. I can't get it wrong. So.
What was your least favorite part of this thing, this whole project?
The body panels.
Yeah, they're just very expensive and weird. And
nerve-wracking. Like, you know, you have to just pull and jerk fast and hard to get something to unclick, but it's a McLaren.
Yeah. Can you open this on the lift? Oh,
yeah,
very barely.
If it's not centered, nope.
What are some other benefits of having the downpipes? Is there way more room there now, or not really?
More what?
Is there way more room and stuff, or not really?
Not really, no. It's still got cab in it.
Like come with little heat shields and stuff too, huh? That's pretty cool. How's she coming?
It's going.
Yeah. The other side, the passenger side came out awesome.
Driver's side's all well built.
Oh damn. Now you don't know which one goes where. How come they're square in the end?
Because they're LT port.
Oh, duh. Right. There's Jimmy who works in the shop for 5 years and doesn't know what an LT port looks like. Do you oversize the headers a little bit? Like really?
These, like, the ports are so big, and then the turbo car, you make the tube so small. So, like, traditionally, if we were gonna like make more power, I think the headers that came off this like 2-inch step to 2 1/8, and these are 1 7/8.
Gotcha.
But like the heads are made to flow so much that they have like a big port.
Right.
But then what do? Step down coming out of the port.
Right.
To pick up spool, I guess, is the idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess when they make the flanges, they're based off of factory castings, you know, not
Yeah,
necessarily.
usually people just like scan the gaskets too. It's like
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
true.
of flanders are so shitty, like it doesn't even make sense, but you can like tell they literally just scan the gas.
That's why I make everything by hand, because it's just, you
I've
know.
gotten flanders where you can like tell that someone like scanned them out of paper and there was like a crease in the center.
Yep.
Like, everything's like offset.
It's looking dope. Valve cover gives so much more clearance, man.
The valve covers he's actually going to run look really cool.
What does he get? Oh, are they the same as
They're
yours?
smooth,
Hell yeah.
and then they say quarter smooth.
How's the cold side coming?
That is what I'm about to jump onto next.
Nice. Is this like level?
No.
It's pretty close. It looks.
This is level, but the car's not. The
Oh.
car's like 2.5 degrees off of like
Right.
ground.
It looks dope. It looks like you put a
Yes.
straight edge on it.
The headers are 0.1, like after welding.
Nuts.
From I did it where I like set a flat across these two peaks right here, and then like also across the back to verify that it's like flat.
Sick as hell, man.
Same thing with the comp covers. The comp covers are actually like a 0-0,
Uh huh. How much clearance is between here and the hood? Sorry, I didn't mean to touch it.
like 1.5 inches.
Inch and a half. Wow.
Probably something like this.
Oh right. Gonna whoop, do a little whoopie swoop.
Jesus, who knows? It's tight.
What's up?
Who knows? It's pretty tight.
Yeah.
I gotta get the hood back on too to find out.
Right. Gotta model a lot of that around it, I suppose. Cold side's looking almost done though.
Yeah, there like is no cold side.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
makes it easy.
That is pretty nice.
I gotta put those tanks on, and then I'll come back in, start fitting in the car to fit those charge tubes.
Uh-huh.
What is the charge piping? And then from there, the top hat, that alpha lock, and then
Right.
the whole cold side. So we're just gonna do filters off the comp covers,
Mm-hmm.
and then that's it. Almost ready to fire.
Hell yeah. Gotta put a base in it.
Had an EGT conversation with you yet?
Somebody asked me if it was something that I wanted. I said, I don't want them. I don't need them.
I might have asked you a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Got that answer.
Yeah.
Story's possibly changing. Of
mean,
course, now that the headers are built.
If somebody wants to add it, that's fine with me. I just don't think it's that big of a benefit. I mean, yes, if you want us to get there and get technical and try and trim out certain cylinders and everything else, but
I think there would be easier speed to gain with this platform than EGTs.
yeah,
I think we have enough.
there's enough buttons and switches and enough levers and everything else.
Yeah,
I don't think.
I think
I mean-
there's a lot of people have to make sure it's figured out before EGTs are
Yeah.
making a difference.
Yeah.
Like,
No, there's a lot of other things
Yeah.
to worry about.
lower hanging fruit.
Yeah.
That was kind of what I thought.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we
if
can.
this thing's dialed and consistently cutting like a 1-2-60,
Yeah.
and we have everything ready, and we need that last 2% EGTs, but like, it's,
And that's also like, if you're really trying to stretch and push the limits as
Of an
far
engine.
as possible, well then yeah, you can trim out a percent here or a percent there, and I don't know. I don't think it's going to be.
We won't even be
I
able to.
understand this motor is going to be running at about 60% capacity.
Yeah.
Too, for what it's like built for.
Yeah, I mean it should be a. It's not something that we're leaning on and making sure it is not, you know.
One hot cylinder is
Yeah.
not. Yeah.
I mean, if we're pushing it that hard, that'd be one thing. I don't think we're going to be pushing it that hard.
I didn't think so either. That was kind of the impression I got from everybody too,
Yeah.
which is why I was
One of
asking.
those things where we're sitting there trying to set every record
That's
that
what
we
yeah.
can do, then that's a different story.
Mhm.
But
And I mean, you
that
can
was not what I
add-
had the impression.
Add EGTs, like it's not like hard to put them in after the fact.
Yep. Yeah, like you said, I think there's other stuff that we need to deal with
Dial in
first.
first, yeah.
So.
Call him a
Radiator? Yeah, this happened last time. It's just a It's a very precise fit, we'll say.
Yeah, brother, she's fully bolted. Ooh, okay. Oh, you're putting a little tow bar.
Hook action.
Right.
Another one good or what? Huh? Get another one?
Yeah, just dialing it in.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet. Leave me alone. Oh, dude, I've need that sumbitch so much.
Oh.
Today. I almost zip tied a rag around it earlier.
Probably should.
Yeah, I've come up like real hot and heavy looking at what I'm trying to pay attention
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
Wham! Hot and heavy.
Hot and bothered.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going.
Yeah.
Got the downpipes welded today.
Looks like quite a unit with
Yeah, she's filling up for sure. Metal.
Pro Mod 2023.
Sad it's getting coated. Sad it's getting coated.
Yeah,
but
me too, man.
she's gonna need it.
Me too.
No, it'll be all good. Interested to see how the heat works out.
How do you make that hole then in the downpipe? For the
This one I'm gonna trace. And I'll trace essentially the outside of the tube. Pop the gates off because these are so short. I'll trace the inside of the tube, which will give me like a perfect line where the metal sits. I'll get rid of all of that. So then I'll probably end up punching like a couple smaller hole saws through.
Okay.
Just get me started.
Just get started, then you kind of.
Sometimes I'll use like a plasma cutter. Gets the inside of the tube all nasty though.
At least it's a short tube, so you can clean it out, I suppose. But I don't know.
Yeah, and like for this, I'll end up tracing it, and I'll hit this with a hammer and break it off.
Okay.
It's actually fit on the bottom better than the damn top.
What's up?
It's almost fit better on the bottom than the damn top.
Jimmy the cameraman here. This is going to be my last video for Quarters Performance Racing. For those of you that don't know, I was in engineering school up until recently. I just graduated and going to be pursuing a career within that field. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to put my photography and videography on the sideline for a bit. I just wanted to thank all of you for the support on the hundreds of builds that I've documented throughout the years. When I first started this, I really had no idea what I was doing. You know, Joe approached me to start doing YouTube content, and I had never really done videos before, like or edited videos before or anything like that. So there are definitely some growing pains, but I've 100% noticed all of the loyal viewers and supporters that have stuck with us since the beginning, and it really meant a lot that I was able to entertain you guys with you know, all this content and whatnot. And Joe definitely feels the same way. Joe has some huge plans for the channel in the future. I mean, if this build is any indication of that, there are at least a dozen similar builds coming just this year. So along with, I mean, you know, new Mclaren content, all kinds of things. The knowledge that I've gained working at the shop is, I mean, it's priceless. I was essentially a fly on the wall of a shop from its inception to being one of the top performance shops in the nation. I'm immensely thankful for the opportunity Joe gave me when he entrusted me to document the progression of the shop from where it was to where it is now. So I'm really thankful to have been a part of it. I wanted to make a compilation of some of my favorite videos, but unfortunately I'm just kind of running low on time. A lot of things are happening in my life right now, so I don't really have a whole lot of time to edit and all that kind of thing. So I do hope you'll enjoy this picture montage of some of my favorite vehicles and shoots from around the shop over the years. Again, thank you guys for all your support, and I'll see you around. And take it easy, guys.